No wigs. No wigs were harmed in the making of this hairstyle. That's funny too. What up, people? Thanks for watching us.
Please don't forget to like and subscribe right there, a little bit right down below.
So people we get on people's nerves. Let's just be honest. We get on people's nerves, don't we?
Yes.
Because we love each other so much. We've been married now for 10 years, right? 10 years?
It'll be 11 this year.
Whoop-de-whoop. It's crazy. And people are always asking us, how did you guys meet? Oh, that's so cute. How'd you guys meet? But people don't really know that we met 30 years ago.
Yeah.
So, didn't write a song about it, but want to hear it? Here it goes. So, I was living an interesting life in a town in Ohio with about 7 black people in my whole entire high school of things. And my mother decided to move back to her home. I didn't want to go, though, because I don't know these people. I'm 15 years old in 1987. Wait, was it 87 or 88? I was 15 years old in 1987, and 15 for anyone is already a difficult age. So here we go, uprooting, and I have to come and meet new people and try to find a new niche of space to be welcomed into, which was already a difficult task where I had been. But we moved to her hometown, and I had tons of family and tons of people here, fully welcoming and like, hey, we're all cousins. We're 150,000 family members. What could go wrong? Nothing went wrong. Nothing went wrong. I had a cousin who lived across the street and is ultimately my best friend, cousin in this vast family of people. And she took me under her wing and said, let's go do this high school thing. I've been here for a year. Let me show you around. So she did, and we made friends, and people got to know who I was, and so that was cool. So people knew who I was because of my family. So that was fun. That was interesting. That was good times.
Those were really good times. And in 1987, I was going into 9th grade, freshman in high school. Everything's new and all kinds of stuff. Made a lot of new friends that year over the summer, going into high school. Not really new friends, but just got closer with a lot of people. And so Melissa's cousin was actually kind of like fringy friends with all of the people that I was friends with. And that was initially how we kind of met, but or were around each other, I would say. I kind of knew everybody, so
everybody. He's being very modest. He was very popular, and all the girls were all up on it.
Anyways,
so lo and behold, we were cheerleaders, and we had our practice at the middle school. And also the freshman basketball team would practice at the middle school also.
I was on the freshman basketball team.
And while we were in there practicing...
And the gyms were like across the hallway, right? From each other?
Yes.
It was like a smaller gym you guys were in, like a big basketball court gym.
Like the actual gym you were in, and we were in some kind of side hustle they had going on.
Right. And I remember because we would get the chance to go out and get a drink at the drinking fountain.
Right.
And everybody be like, try to like look all up and where the cheerleaders were, all the girls were and stuff.
Exactly. And that's when I saw him. I was like, saw him. I was like, oh, who is that? It's cute. And all the girls were like, yes, that's Jason. We all know he's very cute. Mm-hmm. I was like, oh, okay, well, that's probably off limits then. So let me go on into my other ventures and journeys. My cousin and I ended up dating 2 people on the varsity basketball team. We were dating other people, but still we're like fully in a crush mode on this guy.
And I remember seeing Melissa for the first time in that small gym and as the cheerleader, and took my breath away. Always did. Always has. Always will.
I mean, at 15, don't all girls take all straight boys'
No.
breaths away? At 15? I don't know.
I still remember it. And I would just...
What do you remember?
I remember seeing you. I remember seeing you in the foyer outside the gym at the high school, after school, like where everybody would like congregate, like before the buses would go, and it was like the main area was like everybody was leaving school, but we both were doing sports and stuff, so we would both stay after school. And I just remember like always being able, like seeing you, like, you know, I was a freshman in high school, so it wasn't like I was running up to you and talking to you and stuff like that. But
right, because we didn't have time for freshmen. We were in 10th grade.
Right, even though she was in 11th. Anyways, so, you know, and I was like hanging out with my crew. You know, I was hanging out with my boys. So, you know, I didn't like run up to you and talk to you and stuff, but I would always like see you and just thing. Like be all like googly eyed and stuff over you.
No clue. Zero clue. Zero clue. My cousin and I would write notes to each other per period in school, talking about seeing him walking down the hall, or we went to the bathroom during class and he was at the drinking fountain, that kind of thing. No clue. Like clueless.
And I had no clue that you even knew who I really was either.
So, dorks. So, you know,
at that time,
yeah.
as the year went on,
right,
we became more friends and stuff, because just like our group of friends was pretty much the same group of people for the most part.
Right.
You were a grade ahead of me though, but so it was a little not quite exactly the same.
Yeah, fully infatuated. Like I used to take photographs of things all the time, and I have so many pictures of the lunchroom where I'm taking photos of my friends and just literally really. They think I'm taking their picture because I'm pointing the camera at them, but I'm fully zoomed in on Jason in the background. So, there's actual proof of that.
There is. I've seen it. And I have, talk about clueless. I mean, absolutely no clue. No clue. I think I'm just like barely sneaking in the picture.
So funny. So after this wonderful year of, living the high life of like high school lifedom in your full 80s, think of all the 80s movies and all that, like I was in that in my mind, and my mother decided she wanted to go back to this lovely little town with 7 black people in the whole entire high school, and I couldn't do anything about it because I'm 15. So what am I gonna do? I have to pack my stuff and go. I was devastated. So I created this little book. I think I have it. Oh my gosh, I gotta find that book. All right, we gotta pause. No pause anything.
Without my glasses, I can't see anything. Bingo.
I don't know, because it was in that desk. All right, anyway.
Okay.
Did you do some B-roll?
Yeah.
So I created this notebook. I just wanted people to say, how much they liked me and how much they were going to miss me and give me their phone number and address. Because there was no Facebook or social media or anything, and these people, in my mind, they were going to be my friends for the rest of my life, and I needed to be able to contact them. But ultimately, it was really to get Jason Sidle's phone number. So excited, and I remember the day I asked Jason to sign it, and he took it and was going to give it back to me like after the next period or something, and I was like stressed out the whole period. Like, what's he going to say? What's he going to write? Like, I hope he writes his phone number. I don't know. And it was just the most beautiful note. And I was just I couldn't handle it. I was over the moon. Over the moon. And he gave me his phone number. I moved away. And I think I wrote you a letter.
Yeah, and address too, phone number and address.
Yeah, he gave me his phone number and address, and I like wrote him a letter. Like, hey, how's things going in the town? I miss being there. At this time, I was still dating the basketball player guy, so asking about like how's things going, keeping tabs, kind of thing. And we just became pen pals from that time.
Well, yeah, I remember your book. I do remember that, and I remember you asking me to sign it. And I remember signing it. I don't remember exactly what I wrote in it, so I would love to see it. I remember being really happy when you wrote me. Yeah, I mean, and even though we were just friends,
Yep.
but like secretly, I had like this giant crush on you.
So did I.
So
strange.
The letters were always just friends and stuff like that. And then at some point, you obviously were gone long enough that you had continued, like, you had a different boyfriend that was in Ohio, or you didn't have a boyfriend at all, or whatever. I don't remember exactly what happened.
I wasn't allowed to have a boyfriend
You weren't allowed to have.
in Ohio.
Right. Right. So we're pen pals and friends, and then by that time I was in junior high school.
You were a junior, about to go into seniordom.
And just was going through some really hard things, obviously, as a teenager. So at that time, I was going through some really tough times, from being a teenager to some really tough family times. By the way, if that's something anybody else would like to know more about, let me know in the comments, and maybe we'll talk about it sometime. As it just pops in my head, if there's other topics that we can think of you want us to talk about as we go through our story, just, again, mention something in the comments, and we'll try to make sure that we talk about it. During that time period, Melissa was really, someone I leaned on for friendship. And it was really just always a very supportive and accepting friendship, no matter what was going on in my life or anything. She never would judge me or anything. That's one of the things I always loved about that, and why we were such good friends. Because we were like a real friend. And so as the difficult times got were gone through, then we had that friendship that kind of blossomed into more feelings. Again, definite feelings for sure.
Like non-contact feelings. We just liked each other.